Listen carefully. Success is not some distant peak meant only for the chosen few. The speed at which you achieve it is determined by your willingness to strip away every excuse, eliminate every hesitation, and focus with a singular intensity that most people never summon in their entire lives. If you want to achieve success faster than anyone else, then you must stop thinking and behaving like everyone else. There are no shortcuts for the lazy. There are no miracles for the indifferent. You must be willing to do now what others postpone, to think in ways others have never dared, and to outwork and outlast those who are content with mediocrity. The first step to rapid achievement is to adopt a mentality that brooks no delay. Procrastination is the great thief of destiny. The world is full of men and women who spend their best years waiting for the right moment, endlessly preparing, reading, researching, second-guessing themselves, and allowing fear to disguise itself as prudence. What they don't realize is that waiting is a luxury for those who are willing to settle for average. If you desire speed, if you want to leave your competitors in the dust, you must become addicted to immediate action. Do not wait for clarity to arrive on its own. Summon it by moving, by doing, by deciding. Every moment spent dithering is a moment lost, a moment that belongs to someone hungrier, more decisive, and more relentless. The second principle is this: define your target with ruthless precision. The man who sets a vague goal, I want to be rich, I want to be happy, I want to be successful, will never catch it. Ambiguity is the enemy of speed. Your mind, like a guided missile, needs coordinates. The sharper and more specific your target, the faster your mind will mobilize every resource, conscious and subconscious, to get you there. Write your goal down. Be as clear and measurable as possible. Don't just say you want a better life. Define exactly what that means. How much money? By what date? What position? In what industry? What daily habits? What skills? What network? What environment? Only when you have painted a vivid picture can you begin to accelerate toward it. Next, you must develop a bias for massive action. This means not only doing what is expected, but what is necessary, without waiting for permission, encouragement, or outside validation. Action reveals what theory conceals. Action creates momentum, and momentum is the lever that bends reality to your will. Most people talk themselves out of progress because they are terrified of mistakes. But the man who moves quickly, who iterates, who corrects course in real time, always outpaces the one who sits still, fearing imperfection. Speed belongs to the doer, not the dreamer. Let go of the obsession with perfection. Perfectionism is a fancy word for fear. The person who needs every variable under control before they begin will never start. The reality is that success rewards those who execute relentlessly, who refine as they move, who learn by falling forward. If you want to accelerate, embrace the feedback that only comes from imperfect, real-world attempts. Get in motion. Let the market, the results, the reactions of life itself teach you. Adapt fast and adapt often. Surround yourself with speed. Your environment dictates your pace. If you want to move faster, eliminate the slow and the sluggish from your circle. You become the average of those you spend the most time with. Seek out those who think big, move quickly, act decisively, and talk about possibility, not limitation. If you can't find them in person, read their books, listen to their words, immerse yourself in their ideas until their urgency infects you. Borrow their fire until you create your own. The slow poison of negative association kills more dreams than open failure ever could. Learn to say no with firmness and without apology. Every yes you offer out of politeness or fear is a drain on your velocity. Time is the currency of achievement. You cannot afford to waste it on the trivial, the distracting, the inconsequential. Guard your schedule as if your future depended on it, because it does. Each hour spent on someone else's agenda is an hour stolen from your own. Ruthless focus is not selfishness, it is self-respect. Build rituals that multiply your results. High achievers do not rely on willpower alone. They create habits that make success automatic. Set aside the first hours of your day for your most important work before the world can distract you. Review your goals daily. Reflect on your progress every evening. Make this routine sacred, unbreakable. When your habits are built for speed, your life accelerates without conscious effort. Master the art of quick decision-making. Those who dither, debate, and discuss endlessly are left behind. Train yourself to decide swiftly and to commit fully. Most decisions are reversible. Wasting time on trivialities is the death of progress. Make the best choice you can with the information available and move. If you discover you are wrong, adjust quickly. The man who waits for perfect certainty lives in a permanent holding pattern. Take radical responsibility for your results. Blame, excuses, and finger-pointing are luxury items for those who expect nothing extraordinary. If you want to succeed faster than anyone else, own every aspect of your journey. If something is not working, do not wait for a rescue, fix it. If you need new skills, acquire them. If you face resistance, outlast it. This mindset is rare, and it is the single greatest accelerator of progress. You will separate yourself from the masses simply by refusing to outsource your power. Recognize that energy is as important as time. You can have all the hours in the world, but if you are exhausted, overwhelmed, or distracted, you will move at a snail's pace. Guard your physical health as you would your bank account. Prioritize sleep, exercise, and nutrition. Take breaks when needed. Burnout is not a badge of honor. It is the enemy of speed. A well-rested mind makes faster decisions, solves problems more creatively, and maintains momentum where others stall. Destroy the myth of balance. Extraordinary achievement is never the result of a balanced life. It is the outcome of a season of radical, all-consuming focus. For a period, you must be willing to go all in. There will be sacrifices of comfort, of leisure, of temporary pleasures. Accept this as the price of speed. Later, when the foundation is built, you can recalibrate, but do not expect to get ahead by moving at the same pace as those around you. If you want the uncommon, you must pay the uncommon price. Embrace discomfort as a signal that you are growing. The average person avoids pain, seeks ease, and wonders why they move so slowly. The high achiever understands that progress is uncomfortable, that every breakthrough is preceded by a period of uncertainty, awkwardness, or fear. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Welcome it. Pursue it. The sooner you move through discomfort, the faster you arrive at mastery. Set deadlines that force your evolution. Goals without timelines are mere wishes. Shorten your deadlines. Give yourself less time than you think you need. The mind, when challenged, rises to the occasion. You will be astonished by how much you can accomplish when urgency is no longer optional, but required. If you find yourself slipping, increase accountability. Tell someone you respect about your target and ask them to hold you to it. Pressure, when harnessed, is a powerful ally. Finally, cultivate an unshakable belief in your own capacity to adapt and overcome. The world will not hand you a trophy for moving fast. It will test you, doubt you, even try to slow you down. Ignore the cynics. Remember that every innovation, every empire, every extraordinary leap was achieved by someone who decided to act at a pace the world called too fast. The people who say it can't be done are usually interrupted by those who are doing it. Become the interruption. If you follow these principles with discipline and fire, you will not just achieve success, you will collapse the timeline. You will live in the fast lane while others are waiting for permission. You will discover that speed is its own form of intelligence, and that opportunity belongs to those who act, not those who wait. Success is waiting for the bold, the relentless, the urgent. Decide, move, and never look back. The world belongs to those who dare to go first. You have made the decision to accelerate your life. Now, let's get brutally honest about what happens next. The very moment you decide to pursue rapid success, you will encounter friction, both from within yourself and from the world around you. Your mind, so accustomed to hesitation, will fight you. Friends, family, colleagues will question your sanity. Society worships the slow, careful, methodical path because it is safe. But safety and speed are eternal enemies. If you want to move quickly, you must learn to live with risk. Let that sink in. You cannot break free from mediocrity if you are obsessed with guarantees. The first internal battle you must win is with the voice of doubt that will pipe up every time you take a bold action. This voice is old. It is the accumulated fears of your childhood, the echoes of teachers who warned you not to make mistakes, the chorus of authority figures who told you that failure was to be avoided. But here's the truth. The fastest route to success is paved with missteps. No one who moves with speed arrives unscathed. You will make mistakes, sometimes colossal ones, and that is not a reason to stop. It is the reason to keep going. Each stumble is a teacher. Each error is a shortcut in disguise. If you are not failing, you are not moving fast enough. To silence doubt, you must program your mind every day. Each morning, remind yourself, out loud if you must, that success is the reward for action, not contemplation. Fill your environment with reminders of your urgency. Quotes, images, goals in plain sight. The more you immerse your subconscious in this energy, the less power old doubts will have. Surround yourself with success literature. Read biographies of people who acted before they felt ready. Repetition creates certainty, and certainty accelerates your stride. As you push forward, you will also encounter external resistance. People who have grown accustomed to your old pace will balk at your new velocity. They will warn you that you are moving too fast, making rash decisions, risking too much. Do not let their fear become your governor. The average person resents the one who breaks away because it exposes their own complacency. You must grow immune to the need for external approval. Only you know the fire that burns within you. When others criticize, remember that your willingness to act at speed is what sets you apart. It is the difference maker, the separator, the reason you will get results they can only dream of. But speed does not mean recklessness. There is a difference between impulsiveness and strategic urgency. The former is acting without purpose, the latter is acting with focus and intent. Develop the discipline to check your direction frequently. Build feedback loops into your process. Every day, review what you did, what worked, and what did not. Adjust fast. This is the art of rapid iteration. Act, assess, adapt, repeat. Never get married to a single approach. The quicker you pivot from what doesn't work, the faster you will land on what does. Flexibility is your ally. Rigidity is a trap. Now, about resources. Many people believe they need more information, more money, more connections before they can begin. This is a lie that keeps them frozen. The truth is, speed rewards those who leverage what they already have. Inventory your assets, skills, contacts, experience, reputation, and get moving with them. Success compounds. Action creates new resources. Every step forward uncovers allies you didn't know existed, uncovers opportunities that were invisible from your starting point. The universe rewards the man in motion. Doors open for those who are already walking down the hall. You must also learn the discipline of subtraction. The fastest people in any field are ruthless editors. They are willing to cut, to simplify, to streamline. Every obligation you accept, every unnecessary commitment you hold on to, is an anchor slowing your ascent. Audit your life. Remove meetings, tasks, even relationships that do not serve your purpose. Minimalism is not just an aesthetic choice. It is a strategy for acceleration. The less you carry, the faster you run. Another essential principle is the habit of finishing. Many ambitious people move quickly at first, but abandon projects at the halfway point, seduced by the next shiny object. Do not let this be you. There is massive power in completion. The world remembers finishers, not starters. Set deadlines for yourself that feel uncomfortable. Publicly commit to outcomes. Refuse to let yourself off the hook. Each completion is a win that builds your self-trust and strengthens your capacity for the next challenge. The faster you finish, the more quickly you can begin again, each time stronger, smarter, more experienced. Let's address time. If you want to achieve in months what others do in years, you must treat time with a reverence bordering on obsession. Plan your days the night before. Block time for your highest value activities. Use timers to keep yourself on track. Do not multitask, single task with ferocious intensity. When you work, work with your whole self, silenced, attention undivided. The man who focuses for 1 hour can outproduce the distracted for 10. Protect your time like your future depends on it, because it does. Rest, too, is strategic. The relentless pursuit of speed does not mean working every hour. It means making every hour count. Build in periods for recovery. Step away. Let your mind wander. Allow solutions to come from the deeper parts of your mind. The most rapid progress often happens in the space between effort and relaxation, where ideas connect and new strategies emerge. Treat rest as part of your system, not an afterthought. One of the most powerful accelerators is to seek mentors, not the ones who preach caution, but those who have achieved extraordinary results at a rapid pace. Study their patterns. Ask questions. Pay for their advice if you must. A single insight from a master can shave years off your learning curve. Never be too proud to learn from those who have gone before. But remember, apply what you learn at once. Too many people collect advice but fail to act on it. Success respects the one who implements, not the one who accumulates. Keep your mind relentlessly optimistic. Cynicism and negativity are forms of drag that slow every action. Yes, you will face obstacles. Yes, there will be setbacks, betrayals, even failures that sting. But if you want to accelerate, you must cultivate the belief that every setback is a setup. Every challenge is a gift. Every problem contains the seed of a greater advantage. Train yourself to look for the opportunity in every adversity. This is not blind positivity. It is the hard-won optimism of the victor. Guard your language. Speak of what you will do, not what you fear. Use the present tense when declaring your intentions. Words are fuel. The way you talk to yourself and about your life either accelerates your motion or slows you to a crawl. Speak with the conviction of someone who expects to win. Refuse to entertain defeat in your self-talk. If doubt creeps in, answer it with action. Finally, remember that speed is a habit built in increments. You do not go from sluggish to supersonic in one leap. You pick up the pace, hour by hour, decision by decision, action by action. Celebrate small wins. Track your progress. Allow the momentum to build until it becomes unstoppable. Success achieved quickly is not magic. It is the result of thousands of micro decisions made with urgency, purpose, and belief. If you follow these principles, you will wake up one day to discover that you have done in a year what others spend a decade chasing. The world will call you lucky, but you will know the truth. You chose to act while they hesitated. You chose to move while they waited. And now, you are living the rewards of the few who refuse to let time slip away. Do not stop. The pace you set now will determine the heights you reach. Keep moving, keep acting, and keep outpacing the ordinary. The future belongs to the fast. Let us not waste another moment in idle dreaming. The difference between the man who lives in fantasy and the man who lives in accomplishment is the willingness to act with urgency and to refuse the comfort of endless preparation. If you truly want to achieve success faster than anyone else, you must come to terms with a single, inconvenient truth. Most people delay their success not because of real obstacles, but because of the habits of hesitation and over-analysis. This is the graveyard where ambitions go to die, where grand ideas wither before they are ever tested in the real world. You must uproot these habits from your character with the same determination you would use to weed a garden choked by thorns. Speed is not born in chaos, but in clarity. It is time to get clear on what matters most and, just as importantly, on what does not. There is a mental discipline that belongs to every man or woman who wins at double the pace of others. The ability to separate the essential from the irrelevant, the signal from the noise. Every minute spent on a triviality is a minute robbed from your destiny. Start your days with intent. The man who achieves quickly does not rise and drift. He rises and decides. The night before, make a list of the 3 highest impact actions for tomorrow. Do not make the mistake of building long lists and fooling yourself into thinking that busy work is the same as progress. The winter's schedule is sharp and short. When you wake, attack the most important task while your energy is highest. Most will fritter their mornings on distractions. You will gain an hour of advantage before the world even knows you have begun. You must also become a master of self-command. The average man is a slave to mood and whim. The man who achieves rapidly is the commander of his own mind. Do not wait for motivation to act. Motivation is the reward of action, not the prerequisite. Begin each task as if your life depends on it, for in the long run, it does. Each day you delay, each minute you squander, is a theft from your future. Make it a point of pride to begin, even when you are tired, even when you are uncertain, even when you feel unprepared. It is in the act of beginning that clarity arrives and energy awakens. Next, train yourself to reject perfectionism. Perfectionism is not the pursuit of excellence. It is the enemy of completion. It convinces you that more research, more tweaking, more second-guessing is a virtue, when in reality it is a vice. The world does not reward the man who waits until his work is flawless. It rewards the man who ships, who launches, who learns on the move. Every imperfect action is superior to perfect inaction. Progress is the only true measure of your commitment to success. The principle of rapid feedback is your ally in this pursuit. Move fast, then measure. Build, test, learn. The longer you delay feedback, the longer you remain lost in theory. Reality is a stern but fair teacher. Each result, good or bad, shows you how to adjust, what to improve, what to discard. Embrace feedback not as criticism, but as a compass. The fastest achievers are those who are the most coachable, the least defensive, the quickest to pivot. Make humility a weapon, not a weakness. There is also the matter of alliances. Success at speed is not a solo endeavor. The lone wolf makes progress, but the pack dominates. Seek out those who have already achieved what you desire. Collaborate, trade value, learn from their shortcuts. The most powerful men and women are not merely those who know much, but those who know whom to call. Leverage the networks of others as you would a ladder. Climb faster by standing on the shoulders of those ahead. But remember, relationships are not built by taking, but by giving. Be valuable, be reliable, and doors will open for you at twice the pace. You must also become immune to the criticism of the crowd. As you move swiftly, you will attract the envy of the slow, the caution of the fearful, and the skepticism of the unimaginative. Expect this. When others say, "You're moving too fast," translate it as, "You're making me uncomfortable with your ambition." Take no offense. Use it as fuel. The man who achieves at lightning speed learns to draw power from resistance. Steel your mind to outside opinions. Your race is not with their comfort. Your race is with your own potential. Consider, too, the role of sacrifice. To gain in months what others gain in years, you must be willing to pay a price they will not. This does not mean you abandon health, family, or core values, but it does mean you abandon waste. You say no to distractions, to time sinks, to obligations that do not move you toward your vision. You cancel commitments that drag you back into mediocrity. You live by a simple creed. Only that which brings me closer to my purpose gets my time and attention. There is magic in momentum. Once you begin to stack days of decisive action, you enter a state of flow where effort feels easier and progress compounds. Success at speed is not a series of isolated sprints. It is a sustained surge. Each win builds confidence. Each obstacle overcome makes you more resilient. Guard this momentum as you would a newborn flame. Avoid the temptation to rest on your early victories. Success makes some complacent, but for you it must become a signal to press even harder. Now, let us address energy. Rapid achievement is not merely a matter of mental tactics. It is built on the foundation of physical vitality. Take your health as seriously as your ambition. Move your body daily, eat foods that fuel you, rest deeply. The man who runs out of energy will find that his dreams die before he does. Treat yourself as the athlete of your own destiny. The sharper your body, the quicker your mind. You must also install the habit of constant learning. The world shifts beneath your feet. New information arrives daily. The person who refuses to learn is condemned to move at the pace of yesterday. Make it your habit to learn something new every day, whether from a book, a podcast, a mentor, or even from the results of your own actions. The faster you update your knowledge, the faster you leap ahead of those who wait for someone else to tell them what matters. Focus your ambition. Many fail to achieve quickly because their desire is scattered across too many targets. Concentrate your effort on one grand aim at a time. Pour your energy into that aim until it is accomplished or until it is clear that a pivot is required. When you divide your focus, you divide your power. When you concentrate, you multiply your impact. This is the law of effectiveness. Refuse to let the setbacks of today poison the promise of tomorrow. Every man who moves quickly will stumble, sometimes publicly, sometimes painfully. It is not how fast you fall, but how fast you rise. Make recovery an art. Let go of mistakes swiftly. Recommit to your vision with renewed vigor. Remember that regret is a chain, but resolve is a lever. The world moves too quickly to mourn your errors for long. Lastly, cultivate the relentless expectation of victory. Success at speed is not for the timid. It belongs to those who expect to win, not with arrogance, but with a calm certainty born from preparation and persistence. Picture your success with vivid clarity. Speak of it as inevitable. Walk as if it is already yours. Others will call it delusion until you arrive at your destination. Only then will they call it genius. If you master these disciplines, you will find that the world makes way for the man who knows where he is going and refuses to slow down. Your rapid progress will make you a beacon to some, a challenge to others, but above all, a leader in your own life. The future is not gifted to those who wait. The future is seized by those who act. Move now. Move boldly. The world is waiting for your speed. Success is not reserved for the chosen few. It is earned by those who cultivate an unwavering sense of urgency, clarity, and discipline. Yet, as you accelerate toward your ambitions, you must learn to navigate the territory that few discuss, the invisible obstacles that appear as you gain speed. In this segment of your journey, you must guard your time, sharpen your will, and prepare for the unique challenges that rapid progress brings. First, let us confront the simple truth that time is the currency of achievement. Every second is either invested or squandered. When you look around at those who seem to move slowly, do not be deceived. They are not victims of circumstance, but of misplaced priorities. The man who succeeds faster than all others does so because he treats each hour as a precious resource, allocating it only to activities that push him closer to his goal. This means you must become ruthless with your calendar. Eliminate obligations that have no direct bearing on your mission. Say no to the good so you have room for the great. This kind of discipline requires courage, for you will be asked to attend meetings that masquerade as important, to respond to messages that demand your attention but offer little value. The masses are addicted to distraction, and they are eager to pull you into their web. Resist with all your might. Create barriers to interruption. Carve out blocks of undisturbed time, and let others know you are not to be disturbed during your sacred hours of work. Those who achieve at extraordinary speed do not apologize for protecting their focus. They defend it like a lioness defends her cubs. But discipline is more than mere scheduling. It is the habit of mind that enables you to begin before you feel ready and to continue when motivation fades. The world is full of talented individuals who remain stuck in neutral, paralyzed by the illusion that they must feel inspired before they can act. You must flip this script. Action comes first, feeling follows. When you push yourself to start, you create momentum, and that momentum builds motivation. If you sit and wait for conditions to be perfect, you will watch the calendar pages turn while your dreams gather dust. Rapid achievement is also the result of relentless self-honesty. It is easy to fall in love with your own ideas, to convince yourself that your current methods are working when results suggest otherwise. The winner moves faster because he reviews his progress daily, without emotion or ego. At the end of each day, look in the mirror and ask, did I do what mattered most today? Did I move the needle, or did I hide behind busy work? If the answer is no, adjust. The willingness to course correct without shame is the hallmark of the accelerated achiever. As you gain speed, the stakes rise. Opportunities multiply. but so do temptations. New ventures, new invitations, new distractions will appear, each one promising greater reward. Beware of the trap of scattered ambition. It is better to complete one worthy project than to begin 10 and finish none. Focus is a multiplier. Every time you dilute your energy, you dilute your results. The man who wins fast is the man who says, "Not now," to anything that does not align with his chief aim. Let us address the importance of developing a bias for implementation. Ideas are a dime a dozen. Execution is rare. Most will talk, plan, brainstorm, but only the exceptional will execute consistently and quickly. Be the one who moves from thought to action without hesitation. The moment an idea proves valuable, put it into play. Do not wait for consensus. Do not poll the crowd. Trust your judgment, test your hypothesis, and let the market or reality give you feedback. Swift action will separate you from 99% of your competition. However, you must also embrace the paradox of patience in process while maintaining impatience with delay. Some outcomes require time, and it is wise to respect the seasons of growth. But never use this as an excuse to justify inaction today. Plant the seeds of effort each day, water them with relentless attention, and be prepared to harvest only after you have sown enough. Results are not instant, but progress must be. This is the secret rhythm of the high achiever. Urgent today, patient with outcomes, unyielding in effort. The mind must also be trained to handle setbacks at speed. When you move quickly, mistakes will occur. Some will sting. Some will threaten to knock you off course. The amateur collapses, the master recovers. Build resilience as you build your dream. Each time you fall, get up faster. Treat every failure as feedback. Adjust and advance. The difference between those who succeed in record time and those who falter is not that one group avoids failure, but that they refuse to let failure slow them down. It is also essential to develop the ability to inspire urgency in others. As you scale your ambitions, you will require allies, partners, and teams. The lone wolf may move quickly for a season, but true greatness requires collective effort. Learn to communicate your vision with passion and clarity. Set standards that demand rapid execution. Celebrate those who move fast and hold accountable those who do not. Culture, at its heart, is the sum of behaviors you tolerate. Build a culture of urgency, and your organization will outpace the competition. Another critical factor is the ability to make decisions quickly and confidently. The slow mover hesitates, seeking the comfort of certainty. The rapid achiever acts with the best information available and commits. Most decisions are not final. They can be adjusted along the way. The real risk lies in endless deliberation. Train yourself to decide and move. The world rewards momentum, not analysis paralysis. The greatest opportunities are seized not by those who ponder forever, but by those who dare to leap. As you continue, beware the seduction of comfort. Speed is not a natural state. It must be chosen daily. Comfort invites you to slow down, to rest on your laurels, to enjoy the fruits of your early labor. But the very moment you relax your standards, progress slows. Stay hungry. Remind yourself daily that there are others racing toward their own destinies, and the gap between you and them is measured in days, not years. Outwork, outlearn, outlast. Your willingness to keep the pace when others tire will be your greatest advantage. Finally, maintain an unwavering belief in the inevitability of your success. Those who win quickly do so not because they never doubt, but because they persist through doubt. They speak victory into existence. They visualize achievement with such clarity that it becomes impossible to entertain thoughts of failure for long. When obstacles appear, remind yourself, you are the architect of your destiny. If others have done it faster, so can you. If none have done it, you will be the first. Let your life be a testament to the power of urgent, focused, relentless action. Success is not waiting for the chosen, it is waiting for the committed. Each day, ask yourself, what can I do right now that will bring my vision closer? Then, without delay, do it. Stack these days one upon another and watch as you achieve in 1 year what others spend a lifetime only dreaming about. The world belongs to those who move. Be one of the few. There comes a stage in the relentless pursuit of rapid success where the pace of your progress outstrips not only the expectations of others, but even your own. The world around you begins to notice. Friends and colleagues may marvel, some may criticize, but all will wonder what alchemy separates you from those stuck in the slow lane of life. The answer, as you press onward, is found in the invisible machinery of your mindset and habits, systems you have constructed through discipline, clarity, and the ceaseless demand for action over excuse. To achieve what others only talk about, and to do it faster, you must now deepen your mastery in areas few are willing to explore. First, it is time to confront the reality that speed of achievement demands relentless adaptation. The faster you move, the more rapidly your environment changes. What worked last month is obsolete today. What brought you results yesterday will only guarantee mediocrity tomorrow if you become attached to comfort or routine. You must remain a student of change, reading the signs of the times and staying several moves ahead of the average mind. Do not let your early victories become your prison. Refuse to become fossilized in your methods or to let your pride chain you to the past. The mind that is quick to unlearn is the mind that will always find the fastest path forward. A key principle to outpacing everyone else is to build a habit of constant measurement and ruthless correction. The world is full of busy people, filling their days with endless activity, confusing motion with progress. But the one who achieves rapidly does not mistake movement for advancement. At the close of each day, perform a cold, hard audit of your actions. Did your effort today directly accelerate you toward your chief goal? Or did you allow distractions, pleasing to the ego but poisonous to progress, to steal your time? The willingness to answer honestly and then make immediate adjustments is what separates those who climb quickly from those who merely tread water. Equally vital is the cultivation of stamina, not the stamina of the body alone, but that of the spirit and the will. Success demands intensity, but intensity is unsustainable without resilience. Rapid achievement is a marathon run at the pace of a sprint. Most people cannot keep up because they have never trained their minds to handle the dual pressures of urgency and endurance. You must build habits that recharge you as you go. Maintain rituals of rest and recovery, protect your inner fire from burnout, and remember that a mind refreshed is infinitely more productive than a mind running on empty. The one who outpaces the world is not always the one who works the hardest, but the one who manages his resources, the most precious being his energy, with the greatest wisdom. In your pursuit of swift accomplishment, you must also master the delicate art of delegation. The temptation to do everything yourself is the curse of the high achiever, but it is a trap. Time is finite, and your genius lies in your ability to focus on what only you can do. All else must be delegated or eliminated. The person who achieves fastest is the person who ruthlessly assigns low-value tasks to others, trusting them to deliver and holding them accountable. This is not an abdication of responsibility. It is the recognition that you alone are responsible for your destiny, but not for every detail along the way. Trust, empower, inspect, and move forward. Another pillar of rapid success is the capacity to make fast, irrevocable decisions. Indecision is a thief of time, and every moment spent wavering is a moment lost forever. Successful people gather facts, assess quickly, and then decide. They do not wait for perfect information, nor do they seek approval from the masses. Once a decision is made, they act with confidence, knowing that course corrections are always possible, but opportunities, once missed, rarely return. Practice making small decisions quickly, and soon your mind will grow strong enough to tackle the major ones without fear. This is how momentum is built and maintained. The accelerated achiever also learns to extract wisdom from defeat at a higher velocity than the crowd. Failure is inevitable, especially when moving fast, but most allow it to slow them down or stop them entirely. The few who outpace everyone else are those who look at failure not as a reason to pause, but as data to be analyzed, absorbed, and immediately acted upon. Treat every setback as a necessary adjustment, not a stopping point. Refuse to dwell on the emotional pain. Extract the lesson, make the adjustment, and get back into the race with more information than you had before. In addition, you must guard against the subtle enemy of self-doubt, which grows stronger in the shadows of speed. The faster you move, the more you risk, and the more loudly the inner critic will speak. Counter this voice not with wishful thinking, but with daily, tangible results. Confidence grows not from affirmation alone, but from the steady accumulation of victories, large and small, that prove your capacity to yourself. Build an environment that reinforces belief. Associate with those who support your ambition, consume knowledge that feeds your determination, and constantly remind yourself that your results are the best antidote to fear. Furthermore, the mind that achieves quickly cultivates a sense of strategic impatience. Many will tell you to be patient, to wait for your time, but the world does not reward the meek. It rewards those who push, who ask more of themselves and their circumstances, who demand acceleration. This does not mean recklessness. Rather, it means refusing to accept unnecessary delay. When obstacles arise, do not resign yourself to fate. Force a solution, ask better questions, and keep moving. Every day wasted in hesitation is a day stolen from your dream. Do not underestimate the power of compounding action. When you execute quickly, each effort builds upon the last, and the results multiply. Most people see progress as a straight line. The high achiever knows it is exponential. One breakthrough leads to another. One connection opens the door to the next, and soon, what seemed impossible a few months ago is your new normal. This is the secret the slow never discover. Speed is its own reward, as it creates opportunities that only the fast can seize. Now, you must also develop the rare habit of anticipation. The world's slow movers react, the world's winners anticipate. Think several moves ahead in every area of your life. Where will your market be in 6 months? What skills will you need in a year? What relationships can you nurture today that will yield fruit tomorrow? The faster you wish to move, the further ahead you must see. Train your mind to look beyond the present crisis, to project possibilities, and to prepare before the need arises. As your journey continues, do not lose sight of the necessity for unwavering self-discipline. This is the mortar that holds your efforts together. Do not allow yourself the luxury of excuses. The moment you let yourself off the hook, momentum is lost and mediocrity seeps in. Hold yourself to the highest standard, not sometimes, but every time. If you set a target, hit it. If you promise action, deliver. The world will forgive many faults, but it will never reward inconsistency. Another element is the relentless cultivation of resourcefulness. The man who succeeds rapidly does not wait for ideal conditions. He creates them. If resources are scarce, he finds a way. If support is lacking, he rallies it. The refusal to be defeated by circumstance, to solve every problem with creativity and resolve, is what allows progress to continue where others would stall. Ask not, can it be done, but how will I do it? Push the boundaries of what you think is possible, and then move them again. Finally, recognize that the greatest achievements are won not by those who sprint for a season, but by those who sustain their pace over time. Speed without stamina is a burst of fireworks, dazzling for a moment, but soon forgotten. Build routines that sustain you, principles that anchor you, and a vision so clear that it calls you forward even when your energy flags. As you keep moving, you will notice the competition thinning. The world's runners tire, but you, disciplined, focused, adaptive, continue. Before you realize it, you are alone at the front. This is the truth of rapid achievement. It is earned by those who live each day with urgency, learn from each mistake, adapt to every shift, and refuse all excuses. When you pass those still dreaming or talking about success, do not look back. Instead, keep your eyes on the horizon, for the world belongs to those who have the courage to move fast and never stop. Your future is not waiting for you, it is racing toward you. Seize it now, and let others wonder how you made the impossible look so effortless. You are at the edge of a precipice. The air is thinner here, the silence deeper, the view more commanding than anything you have known. Below you lies the sprawling landscape of your life's effort, the winding trails of lessons learned, the hard climbs and the falls, the moments you were tempted to retreat. Now, standing at this summit of understanding, you must make your final ascent. You must claim the mental principle that not only places you ahead of the competition, but fundamentally rewrites the story of what is possible for you. This principle is not inherited, nor purchased, nor the result of luck. It is seized by the few who dare, the select who endure, the rare who decide that excellence is not an act, but a way of being. Here is the truth. Your mind is the master builder, and every outer triumph is first crafted as a silent victory within. While others scramble for shortcuts and beg for secrets, you must burn this into your memory. The power to create your world, to shape your reality, to call forth the invisible into the tangible, is a discipline of thought, a daily command of your inner narrative, an unwavering insistence that you are the captain of your soul and the architect of your fate. There are no accidents here. The conditions of your life, the heights you scale or the depths you languish, are constructed from your habitual thoughts and sustained attention. You cannot plant seeds of self-doubt and expect a harvest of confidence. You cannot nurse resentments and wonder why prosperity avoids you. Your inner state is the soil, and your future the crop. But let us strip away every distraction and speak plainly. The mental principle that puts you ahead of everyone is the ability to hold your vision unswervingly despite every pressure to compromise, dilute, or surrender it. The masses live by what is handed to them, by accident, by inheritance, by circumstance. They react. The superior mind acts. When the world says no, you say not yet. When the crowd hesitates, you commit. When the wind blows cold, you stand upright and declare your intention to the storm. This is not bravado, it is discipline. It is the daily act of holding a definite chief aim in your mind, making it so clear, so real, so magnetic, that the world itself must bend to your will. Consider this. Everything you see in the external world, every invention, enterprise, or fortune, began as an idea, nurtured, protected, watered by the persistent faith of a single mind. The person who triumphs is not the one who had the best start or the most support, but the one who, when tempted to doubt, chose to persist. They tuned out the noise, shut out the critics, and built an inner citadel so strong that nothing from without could penetrate. You must do the same. Every morning, recall your vision, review it as if it were already real. Speak it, write it, see it in the quiet of your mind until the boundaries between the imagined and the real dissolve. This is not fantasy. It is the disciplined application of the greatest mental power you possess. Yet, resolve alone is not enough. You must become relentlessly self-aware. Monitor your thoughts as a watchman guards the gate. Every stray belief, every moment of fear or envy or resignation must be questioned. Is this thought moving you closer to your vision or farther away? If it weakens you, excise it. If it strengthens you, cultivate it. Mental discipline is not a part-time pursuit. It is a full-time commitment. Success belongs to those who treat their minds as sacred ground, never allowing the weeds of doubt, procrastination, or negativity to take root. Understand, too, that the world will always try to draw you back into the comfortable mediocrity of the herd. Your greatest battles will be invisible, fought in silence, in the privacy of your own mind. The urge to complain, the temptation to compare, the easy slide into victimhood, all must be resisted. You must build a mind that is unshakable in adversity, composed in chaos, resilient in defeat. When others scatter in confusion or abandon their dreams for lesser ambitions, you will remain steady. You will become a pillar of certainty, not only for yourself, but for all who look to you for leadership. This mental discipline extends to the way you interpret every event. The average mind sees setbacks as proof of limitation. The superior mind asks, how is this serving my purpose? When you miss a target, you do not bemoan fate. You seek the hidden lesson, the new strategy, the greater strength required. When opportunity closes a door, you create your own window. Life is not happening to you, it is responding to you. Every defeat is a test, every obstacle an invitation to rise higher. Hold this conviction and you will convert every failure into fuel, every hardship into advantage. Never forget, you are not alone on this journey. The principle of a definite chief aim is amplified by the energy of alliance. Surround yourself with those who support your vision, who challenge you to grow, who believe as fiercely as you do in the reality of your goals. But do not expect support from everyone. Many will doubt you, some will ridicule you. Let their disbelief sharpen your resolve. Remember, history is made by those who dared to stand alone before others understood. As you continue, refine your ability to focus. The mind that achieves ahead of others is the mind that excludes distractions and concentrates fully on the essentials. Do not scatter your energy. Select one dominant aim, pour your resources into it, and pursue it with relentless drive. Let every action, every decision, every word you speak serve this purpose. Anything that does not contribute must be eliminated. The world rewards intensity, not diffusion. Equally, cultivate gratitude as a protective shield. In the relentless pursuit of progress, it is easy to overlook the abundance already present in your life. But a mind starved of appreciation will eventually poison its own ambition. Each day, count your wins, celebrate your effort, and give thanks for the opportunity to pursue your purpose. Gratitude feeds confidence, and confidence magnetizes success. It is essential, too, that you remain adaptive. Stubbornness in the service of vision is strength. Stubbornness in the service of ego is blindness. The world will shift, Circumstances will evolve. Be flexible in your tactics, but unyielding in your goal. The river finds its way not by overpowering the mountain, but by flowing around it. Adapt, adjust, improvise, always keeping your chief aim before you as the compass by which all decisions are made. The last mile, where most falter, is where you must press harder. The temptation to quit grows strongest when victory is near. The world will tempt you to settle for less, to rest on partial achievement, to accept comfort over conquest. Reject this. Summon the will to keep moving forward when others stop. Push through fatigue, boredom, and discouragement. Each step beyond your previous limit rewires your mind for even greater breakthroughs. Above all, become a master of autosuggestion. Speak to yourself in the language of success. Remind yourself constantly of your purpose, your ability, and the certainty of your ultimate triumph. Write your chief aim and read it aloud each day with conviction. Let your words burn new pathways in your brain so that belief in your victory becomes second nature. Your subconscious is your silent partner. Feed it the blueprint of your dream, and it will summon the ideas, people, and circumstances you require. In the end, the one mental principle that puts you ahead of everyone is not talent, nor luck, nor education. It is the unbreakable union of a definite chief aim, relentless self-discipline, and unwavering faith in your ability to achieve. This principle, lived daily, will set you apart from the multitudes who drift and doubt. It will place you on a path where the limits of yesterday become the launching pads of tomorrow. Do not let another sunrise pass with your power unused, your vision dormant, your potential wasted. The world yields its treasures only to those who claim them with a mind unyielding and a spirit unbreakable. Every minute you strengthen this discipline, you tilt the scales of destiny in your favor. Others will watch in wonder, some will follow, a few will envy. Let none of this distract you. Your task is to advance, to conquer, to become the living proof that the mind, well-trained, firmly focused, and fearlessly ambitious, can indeed put you ahead of everyone. Now, stand and take your place among the builders of greatness. Do not wait for permission, applause, or certainty. Begin now. Persist until your vision is undeniable, your results undeniable, your very life a testimony to the power of the mind unleashed. Let others measure time in years. You will measure it in victories. That is the difference. That is the principle. That is the secret that was never really secret at all.